You're watching the profile on UTV Africa. My name is Alice Zachary. On the profile, we bring in people who have actually gone far in life. When I mean gone far in life, they are successful. They started from the scratch and then they are somewhere. That's what we actually do on the profile. And today I have someone whom is very interesting and you'd love to watch. Let's quickly go on a short break. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Welcome back. This is the profile on UTV Africa. Like I said, I have someone very interesting. I deliberately refused to introduce him from the inception because I wanted that suspense. Like I said, it's very interesting. I have Honorable Chief Robert Ayalla Enogha. And he is a visionary businessman with a legacy of excellence. He's a businessman and also a politician. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. UTV, right?
UTV Africa. All right, so before we go into something serious, what's your best meal? What's your best food?
I'm a Bayelsa man. Like
Fisherman soup,
fisherman
white
soup,
soup.
oproflo.
The fish must be there
The fish must be there.
because you're a
That's
Bayelsa
why
man.
God created us to be
So in
there.
30 seconds, can you just tell us how to prepare the fisherman soup?
The fisherman soup is plenty of fish because it's called fisherman soup. And then preuncle, a little bit of prawns,
What's with
crabs.
this periwinkle thing? Because ever since we came to Bayelsa, we've just been sucking periwinkle in all of our soup. Do you also put it in rice?
If you so wish, but it's not our delicacy.
Oh, really? But periwinkle must be in the soup.
It is also not possible in all the soup. There we have bitter leaf soup.
Okay.
We also prepare bitter leaf
Bayelsa people do, they do
Yeah,
bitter leaf
bitter
soup.
leaf
too?
soup.
Okay.
Then there is what is called our native soup.
What's the name?
Native soup is native soup.
It doesn't have a particular name.
No particular name. We call it just native soup, our soup.
Okay.
But the one that is outstanding is one we call oproflo, where you have plenty of the prawns
Okay.
and then fresh fish.
Okay.
The prawns can also be dry. Then a little bit of preuncles and all that.
Okay.
It's native, and I wish you test. If you are still available tomorrow, if you'll still be around tomorrow, maybe I'll tell my staff to prepare so that I'll come and take
Okay.
a shot of it.
We'll come. Definitely. I want
Don't
to
want
have
to go
it.
back tomorrow again.
No, no, when I heard there's prawn, there's a fish and all that, it's something I can't postpone.
I tell my staff to do it. If you postpone the journey because of that.
Okay.
And then on the other side, for strength and energy, like a
Strength
proper
and
Bayelsa
energy.
man,
Man,
you need green plantain
to follow it, to do
follow
the
it,
backup.
To do the backup. Well,
Okay.
you can have it separately. That is, there is the one we call it KKFIA.
Okay.
KKFIA is KKF.
Okay.
Or abbreviated to acronym it to KKF. But it is called KKFIA. It's
Kefia.
from the core riverine. They call it KKFIA. But there is also this one that is called Polufia.
They're all
is
fia.
Yes.
Kekefia, polufia.
Polufia is the plantain, the long one on one side, and then the rich soup on this other side. So as you are taking the swallow, the plantain goes with it. And it gives so much strength. That is why we are very strong. Very strong in everything.
In everything.
In everything.
Okay. That's good. Okay, so Honorable Chief Ayalla, can you briefly tell us about yourself beyond what people already know? Because a lot of people know you, but there are some things they don't know. So can you just tell us what people don't know about you?
The question is a very large one. bogus one too. Possibly I cannot also tell people what people know of me that I don't know of myself.
Okay.
But all the same, I know that I was born when my peers were born into a family called Ayalla Enogha. Ayalla is not a business name. Ayalla is actually my biological father's name.
Okay.
My mother's name is called Emily. And I use it because my father died very early. Before I was 2 years, he decided to travel abroad. And the poor woman brought me up all alone. And before I also have my footings, she also traveled. So I have no other thing to give her than to immortalize her name. So I have to register one of the companies in a limited liability form. I named it after her, and then also name one of my daughters after her.
Oh,
But
cool.
I started life in the village, struggle as my peers struggle in the village. I cannot say I came from a poor background, because at the village level, all of us are almost equal. Because my mother was a very strong farmer, not a commercial farmer, but at the level of sufficiency, we always have food.
Okay.
And she fishes too. The fish that does not go to the market anyway. So we have fish and we have food. So growing up in my mother's house was not quite challenging. So I wouldn't say at the village level that we are poor, but the life itself was challenging because at the time some of my peers got to the university, I was still struggling on who to take me to the university. Even though I knew myself that I was not a dollant. Not an extreme first class material, but I wasn't a dollant. But again, um, coming from an illiterate mother and coupled with so many burdens in her hands, too many grandchildren around her, it was difficult to uh, shoulder the tertiary education on me alone. And so I have to struggle through the menial jobs. I have to go through this, that's what is called a Collie River, where that Swally Bridge cross. As you are going down, it's widening up. That is, we are not truly the ocean, but those are the places we go down pools to look for source of livelihood. And then I decided to also at that level commercialize my source of livelihood. I go dive the water snail, I sell, and then I will take some to my mother, take care of all of us, grandchildren, uncle children, nephews, and all that. Stocked in my mother's house, but I was able to give her that assistance. Again, use the little proceeds of those early days to further myself. I use those menial jobs, to force myself through, and then later found myself um, in a tertiary institutions. Got to, will I say summarily, the level I am. But before I got to this level, I did beyond the amphibious work, which is the diving of water snail. I did timber laundering as a very young man. I did the canal cracking as a very young man. I did some other tasking jobs. I was never a dollant. There was no dull moment in my life at all, even though I am a last born and the only boy in the house that was supposed to be a pet in the whole family.
But you ended up petting them.
Yeah, I ended up petting them. But now I like being pampered and pet by wives and others.
Oh, nice. So in a nutshell, you schooled yourself. You paid
I
yourself to
I
school
schooled myself
yourself.
through, yeah.
Okay, so where did you get because you're a successful businessman, where did you get the idea of becoming a businessman? Did you learn from your mom? Because from the story you just shared, was your mom
Yes, no, my mom was not a
was never
trader.
a businesswoman. So
Was
where did you
never a
get it
trader,
from?
and I didn't grow up to see my dad. I know that my dad was a typical Kenukawa, so he too was never a trader.
So what inspired you? Where did you get the
Kenukawa and a
inspiration?
palm cutter. So, but that's what I came to hear. I didn't
Okay,
see him
you didn't
well.
see
I
it.
didn't see him well.
Okay, so
So,
what
but
inspired you?
creativity,
Oh,
growing from nothing. The powers of the eye has been able to transmit substance into the brain is what makes a man. I see you. I'm able to know what you are up to and what you'll be up to. So that is the power of the eye. And of course, everything is laid down for us in the Bible, as in our early days. They say God created man in his own image. So if God said, let there be light, and there was light, man can also say, let there be light, and there will be light. For instance, the governor wants to say, let there be light in Bayelsa State, and there will be light. It's an exception of the powers of God on him. But early discovery in life is very important. Well, the Western world has really professed God to its entirety, except that they cannot inject blood and give breath.
yeah.
But they can interview me as you are interviewing me. For instance, in the ICT world, there is a new app called AI. Just tell AI to write an address for you. The AI will write the address beyond your imagination.
Exactly.
You know, a lot of things. So that is the power of psych and sight. The power of psych and sight. I had that early discovery, and so I only put it into use, though very stressful.
At what age did you?
Very early age. I told you that even at the level of diving water snail, I was commercializing it. I was commercializing it. I sell. We stay in the water for like 9 hours.
Inside the water.
You go in, come out, go in, come out for like 9, 10 hours. And then you sell and take the ones for domestic use. And then I give the sales to my mother.
Yeah.
The one I'm able to sell. I keep only a little for flexing. So at that level. So at 14, 15, I was already a businessman.
Big.
Yeah, I was already a businessman.
At 14, 15.
14, 15.
Wow.
At the very micro level.
Yeah.
Very micro level. So I had this mindset. And again, at that level, doing the kind of business you do at that level is so inconveniencing. So you want to have the scope and psych that will take you out of that inconveniencing environment. Must I do this business for how long? Can I continue with this business when I start having children with a wife? How well can this business fetch me? At what age will this business still be? For instance, even if you are to be in the water snail industry, you don't have the water snail again because of oil pollution.
Pollution. Wow.
And then if you want to do the timber business, there is no wood again in the forest. No wood any longer. The wood, when we are sawing the wood, the one we call 3x4 would have been 3x4. It's measured with tape, but now it is 2x3. That is 3x4. You don't saw every tree selected. So they are no longer there. If I had wanted to be in the kernel business too, I wouldn't have been able to make it any longer because the production is limited and the number of buyers are so many. So how well will the business work? Inconveniencent platform
Yeah.
is what gradual movement. So at all times, God gives me the grace to jump out of a single position to another. Water snail business,
Okay.
to the timber business, to the kernel business.
Okay.
And it was all very, very stressful, very tasking,
Oh.
very, very taxing, particularly for a young man that the bones are still milky. We are taking a toll on those heavy jobs we are doing. I mean, it's taking a toll on us, those jobs that we did at that time, because the bones were still very flexible, milky bones. Now that we have become adults, sometimes you stand up with back cramps and all that. The bones were, but because we were very flexible at that time, you will know. So thank God for His grace that I pulled out at the time I'm supposed to pull out, because I was seeing beyond the limitation of man. I enjoy the grace of God. So He told the Israelites, just, wherever you see to, with faith shall be your possession, shall be your inheritance. And of course, even as we speak, Donald Trump is just trying to solve their problems. Israel is a very small country, very powerful, because they have the power of sight and focus. So that has been the leading grace,
Okay.
put it that way.
Okay. So everyone that knows you know that you are into hospitality business and you have a lot of hotels. How have you been able to cope
Like I said, it's been from one level of business to the
to the
other.
other?
I came to Inagua, and then we eventually saw ourselves in politics. I was lucky to have been picked from my political activities, picked by Goodluck Jonathan, and I became his personal assistant, first personal assistant as a deputy governor. So I saw a kind of an interesting platform. I've started seeing legitimate government money inside an air condition.
Ah.
No longer sweating so much, no longer carrying camel, no longer dragging timbers, no longer jumping into the high sea and all that. But I didn't forget those days that life was very, very stressful. So I only decided not to, be carried away by the sweetness of the air condition and the freshness of the office. So for everything that comes my way, I have a plan and a proportion, a percentage for business. So the first business I set up was a barbing salon,
Okay.
well equipped, but because I was not there, I was never there, I never got anything. Every day as I close my work and go, Oga, person no come. Oh. Now this one at the bar from. So one of those days I must confess, I lifted the barber with anger and hit him very well on the floor. So when he stood up, he took off, and I have to close down the business. Went and opened a business center, comprehensively equipped. The business center too, I was very unlucky that one of my friends who claimed to be an ICT at those days turned my business center into a laboratory. I was always servicing and spoiling them until even that one too, I didn't get anything out of it. I didn't even know where the equipment, most of the equipment were. I have to shut it down. The business itself is not easy. it is not easy. It's grace.
Yeah.
Then the business center business was booming in Yenagoa. But me, I cannot do it because I was not in charge. I can't leave the government work to come and operate as a business center owner. So I have to sort that one down too. And then I went into cement selling. That one, I made some good cash. But not even that one too. At the point, the sales boy I brought became so wise and so big for me to manage. So business, even that one started dying until at the time we also have to shut down. In business, you must know when to match break, because if it has to go down, your head must not go down with it. So, but I noticed that the building materials business was
Booming.
was booming, particularly Bayelsa was just, the Enogha was just developing. And so when I find myself in the House of Assembly, and then we started seeing quality money. It's not as if the money we saw as the office of the deputy governor was not quality. It was handsome, but this one was more quality.
More quality.
I decided to go into full-time building materials trade at my office there, up there, I call it Akenfa. That used to be my corporate headquarters. It's still my corporate headquarters, where you see the Base 1 water factory. Possibly you must have passed there as you are coming.
Okay.
Before the law school, by the right, after Toby's hospital. And then we started from there, and I made some money from the building materials. And it was interesting that I was close from the house, from plenary as a legislator, and then go and join the business, wear my coverall, bend rods, load blocks, even as an assembly member. I was doing all that. So, in a nutshell, on that level, I was fairly in charge. And again, I was lucky to also, at that time, would have gotten a genuine general manager. I was also able to bring a marketing manager from Port Harcourt. And so our combination was able to push the business to a level. I actually, on building materials, I actually opened the eyes of the Igbo men here. I actually did so. But when they saw the business booming, they now have to go and tell their people that there is market here. And you know them. When they come to a place, it has become a flood. So somehow I noticed that I'm no longer needed within them. So that was when I veered into the hospitality industry.
Okay.
I've not gone to learn it somewhere. I just said, let me go into the
Give it a try.
Hospitality industry, give it a try, because the building materials was no longer fairly sustainable. These guys will go and bring their materials in trailers and then come and sell lower than expected. Because once there is turnover, no matter the profits, because of that regular turnover, they always do better than you. And we also find ourselves into the filling station business, which boomed for some time too, until again the Nigerian factor came, and then we were not given allocations again as genuinely allocated to us by the DPR. Our batches were now given to these big players, and there's nothing you can do. To go and make trouble inside the office, you have to pass through a minimum of 3-4 gates with army and all assorted security men. So we are limited to buying our products from the gate. And so sometimes the landing cost will consume all the expected profits. So we have to pause that one a little too, and then concentrate on the hotel. By the grace of God, there was business, and we were able to move from one level to the other. Find ourselves in Abuja, where we had a branch of Ayala Hotel in Abuja within the Garki area 11.
Oh, nice.
That was it. Again, we saw the importance of machine business. Hotel business goes with water and goes with a lot of things. We're still expanding. Why I say we're still expanding, it's not only the building, how to expand on the chain, you know. We're into partnership with one Everlight water production. And I discovered that for only 1 month, we're able to buy Everlight water for 1 point something million. I had no clue about the water production, water business at all. So then called the GM, whom I have now discovered as a younger brother, very committed, and say, oh boy, don't you think we'll go into water production so that all this money we are paying,
It will get back to us.
it will get back to us. We're not initially not looking at this bogus market. So we started, but it was the wrong start. Because apart from the monoblock, there is a line, and the sachet water machines, the generator was substandard, other things were substandard. There was no feasibility studies, no real evaluation for just the brain. But then I told all the staffs that it's trial. So we are now test running. We will not leave it. We keep test running. We improved on the power. We improved on other measures until, by the grace of God, the water tower has come to stay. The water tower has come to stay. I was excited, and somebody told me yesterday in the former president's house that it's our water that is using in Asaba, in his restaurants in Asaba, large restaurants in Asaba. It's our water that is in Abraka, these restaurants in Abraka. Our water is in Wari, our water is in Oili, our water is in Port Harcourt.
We're waiting for you in Abuja.
Yes, but for the logistics.
Okay.
Before you get maybe 1,000 cartons, you can't load up to 2,000 because of the strength. To Abuja, the logistics alone would have taken, and of course you also consider the good roads we have in Nigeria, would have taken the profits. So too many persons were putting us under pressure to have our water in their shops, Sahar stores and others. But truly, we cannot take water to Abuja for now.
All right.
Because of our very good roads and the logistics problem.
Okay. So, Honorable Sir, let me take you back to what you said earlier. You said the former president gave you appointments in politics.
Yes.
Did you ever have interest in politics before then?
Oh, very well, very well. I'm born to carry the burdens of people. I put it that way.
Okay.
Not necessarily celebrating height and position in society. I've always told myself that if I want to make money, it wouldn't have been possibly this hotel. I'll go into properties. If I'm in properties, it's me, possibly my wife, another general manager, property agents, and the lawyer. My scope would have been very minimal. There are I will use in paying others is commission and agency fees. It will not be kind of legitimated salary, except for my general manager. But because I am born to carry other people's burden, carry the burden of God's creation, I decided to politic from a very young age. I contested for councillorship first. I did not get it because I belonged to the right wing. Contested for chairmanship. I still did not get it because the powers that be were not behind me. But truly, I thank God I didn't get those positions because the maturity wasn't there. There was no apprenticeship. There was no tutelage. At the level I started as a personal assistant was like a school in politics. Before I became a personal assistant to Deputy Governor, I've contested twice to come to the House of Assembly. During Abacha's time, I won. And Abdul Salami cancelled it. The transition of Abdul Salami to Obasanjo, that is the PDP, ANPP, so to say, I couldn't go through the primaries. That was where good luck spotted me as a political activist and took me to be his personal assistant. And I must confess that I thank God I started the game as a servant, not as an independent officer. So while I left the office of the Deputy Governor as personal assistant and came to the house, I did so because I needed to be in the house to protect him in the ESCO, the Executive Council. And I'm satisfied I was able to get that done until he moved on. And my background helped me a lot because the house and the leadership of the house saw where I'm coming from and placed me rightfully where I should belong. And to the glory of God, I used a privileged experience to elevate the value of the houses at that time. So that was the journey.
All right.
So I enjoy politics from being a two times legislator. I spent 8 years in the House of Assembly. I developed the interest of going to the House of Reps.
But do you have future plans of going into politics?
I'm into politics.
So
There's no future plan of going into politics. I'm into politics, waiting for the next platform that God will give me. The politics of Nigeria is not just like, I like quoting the Bible a lot. They said the race is not for those who know how to run. It's not also for those who are so intelligent in creative thinking. But it is God that gives to everybody the time and when it needs to. It might be the best, but might not take it. But I pray that God should see me as a willing tool, that at my own time, I should be spotted out because I have the flair to add value to society.
So in Bayelsa states, do you know, there are people that will be in some states and then they will tell you, I don't like the way things are being done, especially when it has to do with politics. You as an individual, do you like the way politics is being done in Bayelsa state?
My opinion might not be everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
And that is politics for you. Every leader has his own agenda. And to an extent, those agendas are right. You know that there is a level you get to that you don't operate alone. You operate with so much grace. All the churches are praying for you. Whether they like it or not, whether the churches like it or not, there is a time set aside to pray for the leadership of the country. You may not like it. But for the Anglican Communion, there is a standard when it comes to that article. You must pray for the president, pray for the governor, pray for local government chairman, pray for the senators, pray for the judiciary. Pray. So whether you cast your vote on the man or not, at the end of the prayer, you will say Amen. Even if you don't pray yourself, you will join in saying Amen. So you are prayed. So you cannot imagine everybody praying and saying Amen. And then on an individual note, you say, but this is not done this way. This is not done that way. So every governance comes from God. And whatever you call it, it is built to sensitize human being, teach human being, and all that. So I don't see any government as absolutely bad. Because maybe one day I'll be there and I will have my critics, no matter how I want to work. If Jesus in his own perfection could be criticized, then who is man? Who is man? To man. I wonder how many times you have queried your boyfriend. And if you are married, I wonder how many times you have got in trouble with your husband. That is at the level of two persons. So how can one go beyond family, go beyond tribe, go beyond, and now you are carrying the burden of, and then you will not have distractions? Because certainly the sharing model will not be the same. And so since the sharing model will not be, even including children. I was in a meeting with my children in Abuja. At some point, you hear the voice of one coming down, meaning that it's not satisfied. Then you have to amend the statement again, so that because you don't want problem. So that is it. So
Let me go personal this time around. There's this perception people have about Bayelsa men. They must marry 20 wives. When they die, you see 120 something children. And so.
We copy it from the Bible.
Oh, you copied it from the Bible?
Yes.
Okay.
In the Bible, there is nobody that married one man that is a rich person.
Oh.
So we actually derive our blessings from the Bible and the lineage of Israel.
Father Abraham.
Father Abraham.
Oh.
You understand? Father Abraham was the first model of Christianity. And gave us Isaac and
Ishmael.
As we are Bible students.
Ishmael.
Isaac and Ishmael. There is no way you will say Ishmael. It was Ishmael, Abraham. It's another mother. Isaac, Abraham, another mother.
So in a nutshell.
And then it was only Isaac that decided to marry just one wife. And that marks the beginning of crisis in the world. Deception started with Isaac, the children of Isaac.
Wow.
You understand? Esau and Jacob. From the same mother. The same mother that it wasn't a stepson. The same mother decided to favor one against the other. Two children coming from the same womb. You favored one against the other and led the one you favored to go and deceive the father. How did it happen? One wife, few children. Then it came to Jacob. Jacob has to bless himself with 4 wives. Leah and their nieces. So 4 wives. So either as a Christian, and they want to claim to be from the lineage of Jacob, and you are not able to marry four Jacob, then you're a coward.
So how many do you
For
have?
the Muslims, for the Muslims, they celebrate it. Islam allows for the marriage. Islam allows for the marriage of four wives.
So how many do you have, sir? 4. Because you've been saying 4. The Christian lineage, 4, Muslim 4.
No,
how many do you have? You've been quoting the Bible since.
No. I've been quoting the Bible.
Yeah, and I like that.
And I'm serious about that, passionate about that.
Yes.
I have many and still counting.
You have many and still counting. Okay.
I'm still counting.
Okay.
So with the joy you derive seeing a very, very beautiful girl by your side, it inspires you to do a lot of wonderful things.
Interesting.
To add value to society.
That's true.
Add value to society.
Okay.
What does it profit a man that you'll be like this?
Hey.
And now allow one woman to say, stand up, I'm standing up. Sit down, I'm sitting down.
That's what you don't like.
No.
You like the sharing formula.
So stingy.
You like the sharing formula.
You're against the standards of the Bible. That's what I'm telling you.
Okay, so there are lots of people, there are lots of young people who are actually watching you right now. And you started your journey as a young child, at a very tender age. What advice would you give to young people who are watching you?
Well, like today I had the privilege of hosting 2 sets of young people. One set from the Niger Delta University, a set of student lawyers. Came for a courtesy call. And they asked one straight question. How do we aspire to be lawmakers and businessmen? I'm like, you are even favored. So at this your age, you're already on the pedestal of a lawyer. But the lawmaking is not a bed of roses. Because before it will get to your turn, those qualified and those that will be eyeing to be in the constituency, to represent one constituency as a lawyer, would have been more than 100. So how do you scale through? Even as you pass out as a lawyer, you are called to bar, and you don't have an alternative platform. How do you manage? Because lawyers these days, some families, as in my unit now, can have 2, 3 lawyers. And so, assuming Enogha now, or the children of Ayalla as it is now, will have up to 5, 6, 7 lawyers. So if you want to do civil litigation, for instance, where do you go and get your cases? So I tell them you have to start an alternative platform as an entrepreneur, reasoning outside the box, thinking outside the box. What do I do to add to this my current portfolio? I love what my daughter did. And she passed out of the law school. She sat me down. Dad, you wanted me to read law. I've satisfied you, but I'm not going to do civil litigation. Possibly I'm going to be in property law. I said, you have earned my respect. You've given me the title of barrister. There is one barrister Ayalla somewhere.
Okay.
Now you can do whatever you want to do. And you have my blessings.
Yeah.
So I brushed them, took more than 1 hour, 30 minutes to take them to the genesis and exodus of life. And when they left, I started getting text messages of appreciation. Before that set, another one who said he was developing an ICT, he wants to be in ICT. And I'm like, good. I was on a radio program when he called in and hyped himself so much. And I'm like, young man, let's see. I don't think if I talk to you face to face, you will appreciate what we'll discuss. And when he came, I told him, I'm not going to be part of this your project because your project now is getting obsolete. The ICT is upgrading on a daily basis. Again, by the time people start seeing you with a tablet, they don't know whether you are a genuine ICT student or ICT engineer any longer. You are young, handsome. You think you are into one kind of, so in as much as I don't discourage you, look for an alternative platform. And I have to take him through the lines. He was very appreciative. When he got back, his mom called me and thanked me. So for young men, if I started life at real adult life at 14, where there was no coast, there was no space, and today I'm here, people will find me from Abuja to come and interview me. I said there is no barrier, there is no barricade to anybody who wants to be great. You have the hurdles, but you must, even if you don't go to the military, you must have passed through the hurdles of a copper, and you know what you people did in camp as coppers. The rigors. Those are the basis of life. Those are the basis of life. They're only teaching you to know what you're going to face in the society. And if you're able to conquer that, it means it's easier to conquer your challenges in society. So that is what it is. Will there be distractors? Yes. Too many distractions. But will there be enemies? If you are doing well, yes. Too many enemies. Must you have time for an enemy? No. Do you truly have time? Should you truly have time for distractors? No. After all, people that are dead are also insulted. So why can't human being insult you that is still living and hustling? And you apply the force of an eagle. Eagle is one of the strongest birds, if not the strongest bird, in the airspace. Eagle has so many distractions and so many enemies because of his strength, but he has no time to fight back. There are some that will even dare to, when the eagle is on his own, or dare to jump onto the neck of the eagle and think they want to peck onto you. The eagle will fly with you. He flies and lifts you to where the pressure will be too much for you to be on his head, and then you fall down. God bless you if you don't fall into the river. If you fall into the river, you become a prey to the fish. That is the life of man. Mm-hmm. Keep moving. Keep your focus. Keep your scope. Keep your sight. The rest belongs to God. And then do not forget to pray. The power of prayer. Don't get yourself involved with any God that is not Almighty God. Don't get yourself involved with a master that is not Jesus Christ. Because anything that comes with speed goes with speed. And if it goes with speed, the frustration will lead to death.
Okay, so before we go, Honorable, how many children? Can you please tell us how many children you have?
I have 12 wonderful children and still counting. You know, I belong to the lineage of Abraham.
Yeah,
I belong to the lineage of Jacob.
I can see that.
And then, above all, I am Solomon's friend.
Oh.
I just say, God celebrated Solomon so much.
We know he did.
He was only very angry with him when he decided to go and marry a demon. He's our source. I can't profess to be a Christian, then I
Oh,
go and see the power of.
really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right. So, thank you so much, Honorable, for your time. We really appreciate. You've heard so much from him, and he has said a lot. He started from the scratch, started at a very young age, and here he is. He is someone a lot of people emulate. They want to be like when they get to this age. If he can do it, I believe you can also do it. We've come to the end of the profile, and you're watching UTV Africa. My name is Alice Zachary. Until I come your way again, thank you.